Welcome, everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm a cardiologist at West Virginia University, graduating next week actually from cardiology, and I'm starting interventional cardiology from next month. I have a master's degree in research and science, translational science. I've authored more than 15 books, and I have more than 400 research papers. So as you know, like there's a huge flux of new AI development, and in this era, physicians or anybody, whatever career you are in, if you don't learn the AI, you will not going to grow as much as compared to anyone who knows how to use the AI. So there will be a total of 3 sessions. Each session going to be approximately an hour to an hour and a half. I will not going to time track, or because sometimes people have questions, or sometimes the softwares can take a little bit more time. But we're going to do excellent in-depth review of multiple softwares. There's going to be more than 30 softwares that you will get a hands-on training for AI. And people always ask me, like, how come you're so productive? You're doing multiple things at a time. And they always get amazed. And I'm not going to brag about myself. I will say, like, I always tell them, like, once you know how to use these AI tools in a safe way, in an academic setting, you're going to grow more. And it's all about how to be efficient and how to make the best use of the science and the technology. So, and there's a lot of things you can do. It's just that people are not aware how to use the technology, how to use the artificial intelligence. And I think no matter what field you belong to, this is the time, this is the peak time to learn the artificial intelligence. So I will keep it short. So let me share my screen. So, all right. So we're gonna do like a lot of, I don't have a presentation, and I don't like the ordinary way of presentation or things like that. What I do is, like, I'll give you a practical review how I use artificial intelligence in my day-to-day life, how I think it's extremely beneficial, how it makes me more like efficient day by day, I will say. So, so first I will start with the POP AI. So I know a lot of people here, they're physicians, they're residents, fellows, even attending physicians. So this is a AI software called POP AI. Again, whatever softwares I'm going to use in this training, I do not have any conflict of interest with these softwares. It's just I like these softwares because they're helpful in my day-to-day life. So let's suppose you're giving a lecture and you didn't have much time. So you can use this POP AI Pro or even the free version, and it makes excellent slides for you. Now, I want to show you the beauty of slides. Look, these slides I made from one of my research paper just to show you guys. So see how nice the AI software had made these slides, and look at the resolution. The graphics are almost like a 3D. So, and you can see like it adds the pictures also for you. So, and if I tell you, like, this whole slide was made in less than 1 minute. So I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's very efficient, right? So, and also it gives you a it gets the job done very quickly and efficiently and in the best way. So, so what you're gonna do is, like, so POP AI gets integrated with the Chat GPT. So I want you guys to make an account on that one. It's called popai.pro or .com. So go to this POP AI, click this AI presentation, and I'm gonna walk you through how I make my presentations. And look, so it's integrated with the GPT-4. GPT-4 is a paid version, but you can use GPT 3.5 also. So let's just click this. So I'm gonna say I need the slides for academic, right? Everybody, can you guys keep yourself mute? So you click AI presentation, click new presentation, or you can select the theme from here. And then what you can do is, like, you can upload references. So what I'm gonna do is, like, I'm gonna upload my paper. All right. Now you can add more papers or more PDFs to that. It doesn't have to be one, and you can always tell the software what changes you want. Now I'm gonna say the software. What I usually do is I think Mac is more proficient. I'm not going to be biased, but my 2 cents are like Mac has a microphone tab, and you hit that tab, and you don't even have to type. So what you're going to do is like make my lecture on FFR guided PCI versus angiographic guided PCI. Period. Make total of 20 slides from this manuscript which I uploaded. All right, so you told the software what you're looking for. The software going to keep making slides for you. It's noting down everything what I'm saying. So, all right, so outline is ready, right? So you can create presentation. This might sound boring to you because I want to do like the practical approach so that all of you learn like how to do it rather than just telling you the websites. Okay, this is the website and that much you can do. So now you can see the slides. So now you can just click presentation. So you can see like it put a really nice like background for you, FFR of the left main coronary artery. So you can see like the content, introduction, methodology, see how nice it's making all these like slides for you. So you can see like, so it took that basically um, the paper which I uploaded, and it made the slides out of it. So you can see like, so it's adding like pictures also along with the slides. So you can see from my paper, it says like volume of contrast, nephropathy, procedure time, and number of stents used. So procedural variables. So it's showing the results here. And then the subgroup analysis and bias. And then the beauty is like, it's also giving a summary of the discussions, right? So, and now you can tell the software, add slides. All right. So the point I'm trying to make is once you have like first set of slides ready, you can plug in more articles to those slides, and it will gonna keep on making summary for you. Okay. And it will make really nice slides. So normally, like I know people who give grand rounds, they take like at for their grand rounds. Especially that's very common in the US. But I don't think you need that much time, to be honest, because you can do that in like literally like less than 30 minutes, right? So that's another beauty of the AI. So you can see like I told the AI to put an introduction slide and it did. Anyway, so that was one thing. So AI can make images for you. So for whatever image you want. So it has an academic writing also, right? So that's kind of like a quick snapshot about the prompt AI. And I have a separate lecture about how to make the best presentations using AI also. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick glimpse of how the AI can be very, very helpful. All right, so now we're gonna go to ChatGPT. So everyone, probably all of you know about the ChatGPT. I don't know how much you use it in your day-to-day practice. Just move. All right, so basically ChatGPT, it's a trackable. So before you use ChatGPT, I want all of you like do not copy paste everything from the ChatGPT. So let me teach you a hack of the ChatGPT that will be very, very beneficial to you. Okay. So so let me actually upload something from my computer, okay? All right, so I uploaded an article on the ChatGPT. I'm telling the ChatGPT to put like to make the summary, right? I can plug in this summary to my slides also. So if you play with the artificial intelligence, you can always merge multiple artificial intelligence softwares. and be even more repetitive. That's the point I'm making here. I will appreciate if everybody can mute their mic. So basically, so you can see like ChatGPT literally read this article in less than a minute and gave you a nice summary. Now, do you really have to open a ChatGPT? No. I have an automatic plugin called Wise One. So, and I want to show you what I'm going to do right now. So you go to PubMed, right? So for example, this article, right? Readmission trends, blah, 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 outcomes of travelers. So you go to this one, right? So you can see like, this is a full article, right? So once you have the full article, you click this Wise One. So once you click this Wise One, it gives you these options, right? So you can explore, focus, blah, 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 or you can just click summary. And it will give you the summary of the paper for you. Now, when I read articles, what I do is like, I literally open them and click Wise One, and it gives me a very nice summary, kind of like a nitty gritty details, just like a summary details, which I really want to know about any research paper or trial. So, so that's one thing. And also you can grab like, just the portion of the papers and just do the summary of the portion also. Right, so you can do a summary of this. So that's one software. I think it's very, very helpful in day-to-day life, because it gives you a very nice summary. Okay. So the thing is like all of these AI softwares, they some of them have a free trial version and some of them are, most of them are becoming like pro version or paid version. So now what else I do in my day-to-day life with the chat GPT? So here in the chat GPT, it can give you interpretation also. So what you can do is like, so let me take let me open one of the paper, and let's suppose you did one analysis and you don't know what is that analysis, right? And you don't know how to interpret it even, right? So, okay, so I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to interpret this analysis for me so that when I write on the paper, it makes it very easy. Okay, so I really want you to watch what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna go to projects. Give it a second. Something from this. Okay, projects. Okay. Okay, so this one. Okay. So now we're gonna ask the intervention arm is, you even don't have to write this. So all right, so you can see like, so let me show you. So what I actually put in the command. And so I basically put this graph. So this is one of the paper I'm doing, basically rural versus urban in the renal artery stenting. So it's showing the age for the urban arm and the rural arm and things like that. So basically I want to just show like a Gaussian distribution with the K density, and you don't know like what is a K density, what is a Gaussian distribution, blah, blah, blah. So you can see like it's going to tell you everything. What is a density plots? So age distribution, blah, blah, blah. So it will give you a nice summary, which you can use in methodology of your papers, right? So, but I don't want you to just copy paste that to your papers, right? So what you can do, that's a little bit hack also. So you can basically put this in the Gemini first and just ask paraphrase this, right? And then put everything here. Right, so Gemini paraphrase for you, right? So so basically it's giving you a nice summary. So you can plug in that to Grammarly AI, or directly what you can do is like, if you directly copy paste from ChatGPT, it will be tracked, right? So whatever you're doing, so you'd have to paraphrase, right? So what you can do is like, so you can paste to the Google, and what you can do is like, you can grab like each paragraph, for example, right? This paragraph. And this is one of my favorite AI. So what I usually do is, this is a Grammarly AI. So what you're gonna do is like, you have Grammarly install, and then this little button, that's the Grammarly AI. So you're gonna click that. Once you're gonna click that, you will give it a second. It might gonna take like a few seconds. So, okay, so you're gonna get this window, and then you can click more ideas, and you can say, make it sound more academic, right? So it will rewrite for you academic, and then you can literally just click the button insert, right? So this way you can modify the content. And then the next thing you can do is like, you can grab it again, and then you can ask the AI. So grab this, and then you can ask the AI to. All right, so then you can just play around it. So you can just say like, my mic is too sensitive. So we compared age distribution of patients at admission, blah, blah, blah. It uses density plots to visually represent distribution of the patient age and highlight the difference in the age demographics between two settings. Right, so, and then you can just mention your results also. So the point I'm trying to make is, one thing is whenever you use anything, any manuscript or text writing for any academic purpose using ChatGPT, do not copy paste right away to your final product. You'll get in trouble. So what you can do is like, so you can copy paste to the Google Doc. You can paraphrase using a Grammarly AI, or you can initially paraphrase using Gemini, and then it will not be tracked, or it will not gonna come in the plagiarism. So, and then if you check this, and if you click the Grammarly, right, so you will see, you can click like check for plagiarism, so no plagiarism detected, right? So this is another route where it will not be tracked, and you can still safely use these AI for academic purposes. Now, I have a bunch of like tutorials. We're gonna go through extensive review of Research Rabbit also, because I don't want to start Research Rabbit today, because then it's gonna be you will understand only a portion of this. So what are the other ways, other benefits of this Google AI called Gemini? So it used to be the Bard, Google Bard. Now it's a Google Gemini. So what we're gonna do another tutorial right now. So what we're gonna do is like, I'm gonna take one of the product from my research analysis, and I'm gonna tell Bard to make some tables and all that. So see how handy it's gonna be. So if you manually make these tables, it's gonna take forever. So give it 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna ask Bard to make this Excel table for me. Ready? Okay, so now what you can do is like, you can just literally upload that picture. For me. Right, so you can see this, like, first of all, it directly into the Excel sheet, blah, 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 but who cares? So what matters is like, Gemini is very strong AI that it can take your visual data and make the tables. So right, so what you can do now, you can just export to the sheets, and it's gonna open in the Google Worksheets. And you can see here, so now it takes just a few seconds to clean this data, right? So I don't need the absent on, for example, things like that, right? So or I can make further changes, right, in this data set. So the point I'm trying to make is, it's very helpful, and then you can also tell the software, keep the data after 2 points decimal. Right, so now it's going to keep the data after 2 points of the decimal, right? So it's going to make it look nicer, right? So look at this one and look at this one. Now it's keeping only after 2 points. Is everyone able to understand what I'm doing right now? I know I'm going a little bit fast, right? So another beauty of the AI is it can write statistical coding for you. Okay, so what you can do is like, let's suppose let's suppose I don't know the codes and I have a status software, right? So I'm going to open the software, and I'm going to just bring in the data. Um, so give me 1 second. All right, so I'm going to just bring in the data. I don't know what's the code. I'm going to tell the software that to create the codes for me, and that's the beauty of the ChatGPT. I think it's really strong AI. So what you're going to tell the software, kindly create a static code for me. Code for me, or and length of stay with the p-value. So now it's going to generate the coding for me with the full explanation. See the power of this machine. So what we're going to do is like, so of the age to see if I have to use median versus mean. So now it's gonna first create the Gaussian distribution curves for you. So you can see like you can do a couple of tests. You can do Shapiro-Wilk test, and then you can do t-test again. So things like that. So the point I'm trying to make is like, so this is the first code which we created, right? So you're gonna copy that code, and you can click the do file, and you kindly, if you guys can mute your mic, please. So, all right, so we're gonna take the variable which I made. So I think the variable name was okay. So the variable, let's suppose the variable name is like urban versus rural, whatever. So I think hospital location, right? So this is the variable name. Give me a second. So for example, I can just take like a AKI, right? So AKI. All right, so summarize age. And then here I'm gonna have like AKI underscore new. All right. I think the meeting is recording. Okay. Someone is sending me the request for recording. The meeting is recorded, so you guys gonna get this after the meeting ends. So you can see like how I pull the data, and now like let's suppose I have no idea what is the coding in this software. So and then the software is creating for ChatGPT has given me all the codes. So I know my independent variable. Let's suppose everyone has a renal artery stenosis to begin with, and I'm taking patients with the AKI versus no AKI, and that's my independent variable. And let's suppose I want to see what's their age and length of stay, right? So what is the mean age? What is the mean length of stay? Things like that. So ChatGPT has given me these codes. So let's just use them. So you can see like observations, you can see the mean and the standard deviation has been given to me for like, look, if the AKI is present, which is my intervention arm, then the mean is like mean age is 72, mean length of stay is 7 days, with a standard deviation of this, right? And if the AKI is absent, you can see the mean age is this, mean length of stay is this. So you can see how helpful it is. Then you can obviously this did not give you any p-values, so you can do the t-test, and then t-test will give you the p-value, right? Now let's say you got this whole thing and you don't know how to interpret this, right? So what you can do now is like you can take a screenshot of this, and you can plug it back into the ChatGPT, and you can ask ChatGPT again to interpret it, right? So, give me a second. For independent variable, presence of AKI versus no AKI in patients with renal artery stenosis. it's just not understanding my accent sometimes. So um, so so you can see like so it will take care of the interpretation. Okay, so you can see the output provided is from a two sample t-test. So when you write the methodology of your paper, so you can write like we perform two sample t-tests to compare the mean of the intervention and the control arms, and then the mean age in patients with no AKI was blah 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 with the standard deviation of this, and with the p-value of this. So here's the p-value. So another beauty is like it gives you like degree of freedom, also t-value, and it will tell you what does it mean. So you can see like the two-tailored p-value is 0.07 is greater than the common alpha level of 0.05, right? So the maximum matter you can take like 5%, which is the alpha value, indicating there is no statistically significant difference in the mean age between two groups, right? Because the p-value is more. So it's very helpful, like especially you will learn day by day about the interpretation, about the analysis. So that's another use of the AI in your day-to-day life. And I think it's very helpful. So, all right. So now another thing is like, whenever, for example, most of you are physicians. So let's suppose you saw a patient and you want to have some quick reading. Now, ChatGPT has a lot of hallucinations also. There was a data also ChatGPT can hallucinate up to like 30%. So so it's not perfect, but you should know how to use it, right? So for example, I'm going to search here um, of use of amiodarone in heart failure patients with atrial fibrillation period. Right, so now ChatGPT gonna search for that. So it's browsing ACC. Right, so it will give you a summary. I mean, it will basically search the ACC. It will gonna search the major websites and give you a very tailored answer. So I think that's another like day-to-day like helpful use. So, but you have to confirm like whether this trial is actually a real trial or not. Like a lot of the time, like it does have hallucinations. So it will give you completely wrong answer. So you gotta be careful what you're doing. Alrighty. So give me just 1 second. Let me make sure my WhatsApp is set up. So all right, so now we're gonna talk about like this meta AI, right? So and then we're gonna keep switching back and forth about the ChatGPT, Gemini, and meta AI. So meta AI is another like wonderful tool. Whenever you get an email, right? Anyone who emailed you, a professional like organization, hospital, whatever, and it takes some time to write an email. So you can like just ask the meta AI about or University of Texas and mention that I'm interested to get a job in interventional cardiology and my CV is attached in the email. And all my favorite. Right. So, right. So you can see like, so it will create a subject for you also. Sometimes when you're sending a professional email, you don't know what the subject gonna be. And a lot of the times, like people who are applying for residency, they email me like how to make the best letter of interest, blah, blah, blah. So I think if you use AI in a good way, it's very easy to literally write these big emails. And then you can tell the software summarize this email to make it look more professional. I mean, it's almost the same, but it does summarize. So you can actually copy this, like you can copy this, and if you have like for example, if you have Grammarly, you can place it in the Grammarly. So now you can place it in the grammar really quickly, for example, right? And it will say like things like that, right? So, and you can always like change it the way you want, things like that. So that's another beauty. I mean, I like Meta AI also, because I think it's very handy and it's on your phone and it's for free. So why not? And let's suppose we're gonna do the same thing about the Meta AI. Let's suppose we want to ask like, so when people do randomized clinical trials, so there's a ratio called win ratio. So let's suppose I don't know what is a win ratio. What is a win ratio in clinical trials, and what are limitations, right? So, all right, so it's going to tell you everything right away. So let's suppose someone asks you a question and you're not in mood to write like big answers, or you don't want to write like all these big formulas and all that. So Meta is a very, very strong AI right on your fingertips. Now what's the beauty? Let's suppose I have a research group of over like 300, 400 people, right? How I manage during my busy
outside the hospital. I was like, she's
clinical
so
hours, right?
like, she's like a model. I was like, I've seen the pictures. And she's like, I've seen her pictures what you're doing. Like,
So how you use how you can use the Meta AI in the best way, right? So for example, like you can so you get the answer here, right? Um, and you can always fine tune it, right? So I think Meta AI doesn't have just the stats, right? It writes emails for you. It knows pretty much everything what ChatGPT uses. It does have less hallucinations as compared to ChatGPT or Gemini. So it's a very helpful tool. Now, what is the beauty of this? I was actually mentioning about like I have a huge research group of like so many people. How I manage that? Like everyone asks me like how I manage such a big groups during my busy training. So for example, like I mean, I'm not gonna like again, I have no conflict of interest of any kind, but the technology which I'm trying to tell you is like, for example, Meta AI Ray-Ban glasses, right? So what you can do is like now the Ray-Ban have a Meta AI built in, right? So what you can do is like, so you can go through these reviews. So you can ask your glasses like, hey, can you open a WhatsApp group of this research, and it will open for you, and it will basically write any messages, or it can search whatever you want to search. So it's a very strong thing, and it will save your time. So the whole point of this AI is like get the job done and save your time. So the Meta AI is a good thing you can implement with the WhatsApp, basically. All right. So now we talked about this. Okay, so basically we talked about the ChatGPT, but we're gonna keep coming back to the ChatGPT. But things you can do is I sent you this one also. So you can build statistical coding, you can do statistical analysis, and you will learn more and more stats. Like if you're interested in research, it definitely compose emails for you. It can complete assignments. Can you guys mute your mic, please? So it can complete any assignments for you, right? So you can create like stories, and it assists you in the book writing also. So let's suppose you're writing a book, so you can always use ChatGPT, but you got to be careful. Like not everything should be from ChatGPT. You have to paraphrase, or you have to put that stuff into another software and ask that software to paraphrase for you. So these are like few uses of, I will say, the AI. Now, Gemini is also very strong. Like it can read images for you. And also like it can do anything that ChatGPT does. And also I think it's a little bit more accurate. And the beauty of Gemini, I believe, like I like Gemini sometimes more than the ChatGPT because it plugs in with the Google Drive and you can save things. And another thing we discussed is the Grammarly artificial intelligence, how to use that, and also the POP AI. So next, we're going to be discussing a lot of different softwares. We're going to be discussing Elicit, how to use in the manuscript writing. We're going to be discussing Research Rabbit. I'm going to just show you these websites and just like the quick, basically interface. Um, so, so that's elicit.com. So you can make your account on Elicit. Now it can extract data from the PDFs also. So let's suppose, right, so hopefully, but I'm gonna go through like detailed review of these also later on. So let's suppose, let's do this. Upload. Select or upload papers, okay. Yeah, I think that PDF was pretty big, and that's why it's the free software is not picking up. But basically what it can do is like, it can extract the data for you. Like whatever your research question is, you don't need people to just like extract the data for you. So it showed here. So now when you plug in that PDF, it will give you like summary. Right, so it's going to give you a summary. It's going to give you the main finding, and it makes your reading very, very quick. So this is like more than 50 pages document. So and this is not just the only option. You can plug in 50 research papers, and it will give you a summary of 50 research papers. So it's super helpful. Okay, so and you can filter it by keywords or things like that. So again, now every AI is becoming like a paid version of AI. So Elicit is very helpful in your day-to-day life, I will say. I'm gonna just show you the portal of Research Rabbit, but we will go through the Research Rabbit and a couple of other academic AI in free time. So all right, so this is the portal of the Research Rabbit. So Research Rabbit have interpretation of the Zotero, and you can create collections also. You can plug in and put multiple like research papers in that. And if you're doing a meta-analysis, it makes the meta-analysis very, very quick. And in our next meeting, we're gonna go through all these things. And also you can export all the citations. Whatever papers you're gonna add, you can export all the citations to Zotero also, or any like BibTeX or anything else. So Research Rabbit is commonly used by academic researchers nowadays, and it's super quick to use. Okay, and it has multiple extensions to use, so it's definitely worth knowing Research Rabbit. I'm gonna give a quick snapshot about the Paperpal. So Paperpal is another app. Now, what's the beauty of Paperpal? It has a Word add-in also. So once you click that, obviously you have to make your Paperpal account, things like that. You can upload a document. So let's upload. Hopefully it allows me to upload. Because again, this is a free version. So, all right. So, all right. So let me show you. Actually, I do have it on my Word document. So, okay, wait just a second. All right, so I think this one, yeah. So when you do this like Paperpal, what you can do is like go to insert and click add-ins, and you can get add-ins and then click Paperpal, and it will make it for you. So for example, what you can do is like, so you can go over this, and you can click Paperpal, open Paperpal. You have open, so. All right, so you need to put the same credentials here when you make the Paperpal account, so that your Word software gets linked to the paper. I have to probably change it later on, but anyways. So you can use it through here. It's very easy to use. But I'm gonna definitely go through this in my second lecture. So another point which I'm trying to say here is like, for example, this is the paper I want to edit for one of my students who sent me. So I mean, these edits are hand edits. So what I can do is like, I can just grab it and I can come here and use the AI of the Grammarly, which is one of my favorite AI, I think. And so here, So then you can click like, make it sound more academic. Right, so it's gonna, so see, it's gonna make it more like nice and academic. So you can see like it made a lot of changes. Suppose it changes few words to make it look more professional, right? So, but here like my edits are gone, so I'm not gonna keep that, right? So the point I'm trying to make is like, so this AI has so many options that it can make your document professional, casual, formal, whatever, right? So all you do is like clean up notes, shorten it, things like that. You can fix the mistakes. So the AI of Grammarly is like super, super strong. So, and also it has a plugin with the Google Drive and all that, so you can use from there also. And another thing is like this is and then obviously like whenever you use Grammarly, so you can grab like any paragraph and you can go through like what's the grammar mistake. So you can see like there's a lot of grammar mistakes. Because obviously English is not your first language. So you can always like go through each of them and accept or reject, and then you can check the plagiarism also. So that's another strong use of the AI here, I would say. All right, so I think that was pretty much it on our first lecture. Oh, one more thing, the Site AI. I'm going to just quickly show you the interface. So Site AI is another AI where it can find the bibliography for you. So let's suppose you're doing a meta-analysis or big research projects, right? Snowballing method is one of the method like where you're going to literally go through all the references in your research papers and check, open those articles. You're going to go through all the references mentioned in each of those articles and to find what is another relevant paper you can find on that given topic, right? So you can save that time. What you can do is like just Site AI and it will do the snowballing for you, and it will give you your relevant research papers on your research question. So you put your research question and it will do the job for you. So let's suppose we're gonna just put like left main coronary artery disease, PCI. Look, in less than 3 seconds, it gave you everything, right? Okay. So, and then you can select the types and things like that. So you can select citations. You can select the journals, for example. So I want just the left main coronary artery disease, PCI papers from just JACC only, right? So it will give you papers from JACC only. All right. And what you can do is like, you can do so many things here, to be honest with you. And you can plug in mesh terms also. So mesh term is medical subject heading. So people who are doing like meta-analysis, I think they should use Site AI. I want you to use two softwares which are academically acceptable for research strategy, things like that. And one is a Site AI, one is Rabbit. So these two are very commonly used. So all right, so you can play with it. Like you can see affiliations if you want just Harvard professor research papers. And you can see like types, sections, or you can just see their results, right? So you can just see the results of those papers. Right, so, and you can select years also, when you're doing research. So this is a very like, and you can see like who published the most. Sometimes I don't like, for example, you want to know like who's the national expert of left main coronary artery disease, right? So here also you can see like who's the national expert of the left main coronary artery disease. And it's based on like who published in that specifically field. And this way, like, for example, if you want to invite any senior authors, you know who to invite. You're not inviting someone random person, right? So it's very helpful in so many ways. Okay. So we'll stop here for today. I know like I'll keep going, but we do have a lot to discuss. As there's like more than 20 more softwares